So the wife and I moved to the property, God, over 40 years ago now. And my intentions originally were to raise horses. And it was after we bought the property that we learned that my wife was allergic to horses. So that entire plan kind of went out the window. But instead, I decided I was going to try and raise cows. So for over 20 years, we raised cows on the property. And one of the problems we had was this entire property was all grown up in trees. So back 150, 200 years ago, this was all pasture land. And the stone walls are all here to prove it. But we had to cut all the trees down. This thing was all forest when we moved in, and I decided I was going to have to cut all the trees down to build brand new pasture, and we did that. Every night after work, weekends, I'd come down here with a chainsaw and I'd cut this stuff up. I'd buck it up, and I used to burn it in a wood stove. Well, we abandoned the farm after 20 years. Decided that along with all the other things that we had going and our jobs, and I was beginning to travel a lot, that just couldn't sustain it anymore. So we stopped the farm, we let it go. But we also abandoned the pastures, and over the years things just began to overgrow. And so about 5 years ago, Lynn and I started cutting down all the overgrowth, all the trees that were starting to grow back in the pasture, because I wanted to reclaim the pasture. Well, we got that done. It's mostly done. I still have some brush piles that need to be burned, and we'll do that over the next year or two. We have to do that only in the wintertime. The town doesn't require permits when there's snow on the ground, so we always burn when there's snow on the ground. But now what's starting to happen, we're a couple years past cutting all those trees down, and they're all starting to grow back again. So today I'm going to hook up the brush hog to the John Deere, and we're going to come down and we're going to start trying to pull all of these small growths down. And see if we can't get it all mowed down. Thought you might enjoy it. Now, I don't know about all of you in other parts of the country, but here in northern New England, in the wintertime, if we want our batteries to survive and we don't plan on running the equipment during the wintertime, we need to pull those batteries out, and then we need to put them in warm, dry storage. And then just before we use them, or even during the winter sometimes, we'll put a trickle charger on them and try to keep them charged up. The winter, the cold, it'll just draw the life right out of those batteries, shorten the life, and then we're going to be buying new batteries. So I got to put the battery in the brush hog before I can use it. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now you might be wondering, why am I putting a battery in my brush hog? Well, my John Deere does not have a 3-point. It's a 1952 John Deere MT. It does not have a 3-point hitch. It does have a drawbar that goes up and down. And because it doesn't have a 3-point hitch, I can't use a 3-point hitch brush hog. So I have to use a tow behind with a motor on it. I need to put the battery in, start the brush mower, and then I can tow it behind the John Deere and mow the fields. Let's go get John. So while you all weren't watching, I checked the oil in the motor, and I also cranked up the height of the mower to its maximum height so that when I go over stuff, in case there's a boulder or a rock or a small stump that I'm not aware of, I don't want to destroy the mower, I don't want to destroy the blades. So I've got it as high as it's going to go when we get down in that field.